Have you ever caught her stealing glances at you? Then quickly looking away, pretending she was just distracted? You probably told yourself it was nothing. But here's what really happened. At that exact moment, you were living rent-free in her mind. It's subtle, almost invisible. But once you know what to look for, you'll see the hidden signs everywhere, like when her laugh gets louder around you, or when she playfully teases, but nervously fidgets. Is it all in your head? Or are you already dominating her thoughts? Visual. Dim-lit bar, her eyes flicker toward you, then dart away, pretending to text. If you've seen even one of these signs lately, drop a in the comments. And stay till the end, because the final clue will flip everything you thought you knew. You're standing in a room filled with people, music thumping softly in the background, glasses clinking, voices overlapping. You're mid-conversation, but for a second, your attention drifts. You look across the room, and there she is. Her eyes meet yours. It lasts less than a second. She looks away so quickly, you almost convince yourself it didn't happen. She laughs at something her friend says, touches her necklace, glances at her drink. She seems completely normal, but something doesn't sit right. Your mind replays that moment, the glance, the hesitation, the shift in energy. Was that just in your head? Or did something real just pass between you? You probably told yourself she was just zoning out, staring into space. Maybe she didn't even realize you were standing there. That's the lie most guys settle for. But you're not most guys. Here's the truth most never hear. Women rarely, if ever, accidentally lock eyes with a man more than once. If she looks at you, especially from across a room, and quickly looks away the moment you catch her, that's not coincidence. That's a glitch in the mask. That's a subconscious betrayal from her mind to her body before she can stop it. Her logic is saying stay cool, but her nervous system is screaming, there he is. It happens at the gym. You're racking weights, and you feel it like gravity pulling your eyes to the side. You look. She's adjusting her ponytail, standing by the dumbbells. You return to your set, and 2 minutes later, you catch it again. Her head turns a fraction of a second too late. Her eyes dart away like she's guilty of something. You wonder if it's just coincidence. But coincidence doesn't repeat. Here's the psychology behind it. When a woman is emotionally or physically intrigued by a man, her mind begins to obsessively monitor his presence. It's primal, evolutionary, and the eyes, those betray the brain faster than any words ever will. So next time it happens, don't look away. Hold her gaze, not in a creepy, locked-on way. Just a second longer than feels comfortable. Then, smile, just a little. Then look away, like you know something she doesn't. That's how you change the whole game. Because now she's wondering, did he feel it too? Did he catch me? Does he know? And yes, you do. There's something about her voice. You probably haven't noticed it yet. Most guys never do. They get so caught up in what she's saying that they completely miss how she's saying it. But you're different now. You're about to hear it. Picture this. You're sitting in a cozy cafe. The lighting is soft. The air is thick with the smell of coffee and warm pastries. She's sitting across from you, stirring her drink absent-mindedly. Her voice floats through the air, calm and steady, until she says your name. It happens fast. But if you're listening, you'll catch it. Her voice softens. It almost lingers on the syllables of your name, like it tastes different on her tongue. It's a subtle shift, but it's there. And the moment she realizes it, she either speed up to cover it, or let her laughter spill out just a little too easily. You probably thought she was just being polite, friendly. But here's what's really happening underneath. All her body is reacting before her mind can hide it. Her voice changes because her nervous system is now running the show. This is biology at work. When we're around someone we're drawn to, our vocal cords react. Our voices naturally shift, sometimes going higher in pitch, sometimes softening into a more intimate, hushed tone. It's an ancient instinct, meant to signal attraction without words. She doesn't realize it's happening, but you will. There's a guy I know who noticed this once during a conversation with a girl he'd known for months. She was always calm, composed, almost aloof. But that night, as they laughed over something trivial, he heard it. Her laugh was louder, a little breathier, her words tumbling out faster than usual. She kept saying his name, each time with that soft, playful edge. And then it hit him. This wasn't just friendliness. It was emotional electricity slipping through the cracks. Was she just in a good mood? Or was he the reason for it? The emotional contrast here is everything. You think she's just being nice, just enjoying the moment. But inside, her mind is racing. She's wondering, why am I smiling so much? Why does he make me nervous? Why does my heart speed up every time he looks at me? And here's the kicker. Once you know how to hear it, you can't unhear it. So, the next time you're talking to her, try this. Say something lighthearted, something playful. Watch what happens to her voice. Does she laugh too easily? Does she repeat herself? Does her voice suddenly dip into something softer when she says your name? When you catch it, just lean back slightly, smile to yourself, and let it sink in. No need to react. No need to push. Because now you know. Her body just revealed what her words won't. And that, my friend, puts you in a position most men never even realize exists. You're already in her head. There's a moment so subtle, so fleeting, that most men would never catch it. A brush of fingertips against your arm. A playful nudge that lingers half a second longer than it should. The way she adjusts your hoodie string mid-conversation, laughing as if it's nothing. But it's not nothing. It never is. You're standing at a crowded bar. The music is loud. People are packed in tight. She walks past you, lightly placing her hand on your shoulder as she squeezes by. Seems innocent, right? Just a way to keep her balance. But here's where most men miss it. She could have touched the table, the chair, her friend. But she touched you. That wasn't about balance. That was about permission. Permission to invade your space under the perfect disguise of circumstance. There's this guy, quiet, observant, the kind most people overlook. He was at a house party, talking to a group when she walked by and, out of nowhere, playfully tugged on the strings of his hoodie, smirking as if she'd caught him doing something wrong. It seemed like harmless teasing, but inside he knew. She'd never touched him like that before, and she didn't do it to anyone else that night. That's not coincidence. That's intention disguised as spontaneity. When a woman finds herself drawn to a man mentally, physically, her body starts to test the waters through touch. Light, fleeting, deniable. Always deniable. She bumps your knee under the table? An accident. She fixes a piece of lint on your shirt? Just being polite. She leans in just a little too close to whisper something, letting her breath brush your ear? It's just the loud music, but you know better now. She does it because her body wants contact. And she does it playfully to keep it safe. But beneath that playful mask is something far deeper. She's inviting connection, craving it in ways even she may not fully admit to herself yet. You sit there wondering, did she really just do that? Was she just being friendly? Or was that something else? Let me tell you, that was something else. Here's what you do next time it happens. Pause. Don't rush to react. Look at her calmly. Hold her gaze just for a second, then slowly mirror her touch back. Maybe you lightly touch her hand, or casually place your hand on her lower back as you lean in to speak. Then pull away, leaving her wondering who really initiated that moment. That's how you flip the script. Because now, she's the one asking herself the question you already know the answer to. Why did that feel so electric? It's in the smallest movements. The flick of her fingers through her hair, the way she adjusts her sleeves, straightens her necklace, or suddenly fixes her lipstick as you walk by. You might think she's just fidgety. You might think she's just keeping herself busy. But you'd be wrong. This isn't restlessness. It's hyper-awareness. And it almost always points in one direction, You're walking down the hallway at work or on campus. She's standing near the mirror, pretending to check her phone. But you catch it, the way she quickly glances at her reflection, smoothing her hair, subtly adjusting her top. You pass by, pretending not to notice. But inside you already know. She isn't fixing her hair for her reflection. She's fixing it for you. There's a guy I know sharp, but quiet. He'd always thought this girl at his office was just polite, just well-kept. But every time he walked into the room, something shifted. She'd start adjusting her sleeves, recrossing her legs, or toying with her bracelet. At first, he thought it was random, just her being, well, fidgety, until he tested it. One day, as she started adjusting her necklace mid-meeting, he casually said, "That's a nice necklace. It suits you." Her reaction? She froze, blinked twice, and smiled. Little too wide. Her hands dropped immediately, as if caught in the act. That was the moment he knew. You see, when a woman becomes fixated on a man, her body subconsciously prepares itself. She becomes hyper-aware of her posture, her appearance, even her scent. It's not conscious. It's survival-level psychology presentation. Attraction and allure all colliding in the background. She does it because something inside her wants to be seen. By you, and here's where the emotional contrast hits hard. You think she's just distracted or playing with her jewelry out of boredom. But in her mind, she's spiraling thinking, does he notice me? Do I look okay? Is my hair in place? That inner chaos shows itself through those tiny adjustments. So here's what you do next time you catch her in the act. Don't tease her. Don't call it out too bluntly. Just wait for her to finish adjusting, then, in the calmest, most effortless tone, offer a light, sincere compliment on the very thing she just fixed. That color looks good on you. Your hair looks nice like that. Or even simpler, just a knowing smile and a soft, "You look great today." That simple move turns the entire interaction inside out, because now she knows you noticed, and that awareness, it's the kind of thing that'll keep her awake at night, replaying every second in her head. It always starts the same way, innocent questions that seem to come out of nowhere. You're texting late at night. The conversation drifts then. She asks it, something unusually deep for the moment. What's your biggest fear? Or maybe, have you ever been in love? It's playful on the surface, but it's never just about the words. This is her curiosity hooking you in. You probably thought she was just being friendly, that she's naturally curious or just likes asking weird questions. But here's what's really happening. When a woman becomes mentally wrapped up in you, her mind starts looking for emotional footholds, little ways to climb deeper into your world, to pull herself closer without seeming obvious. She asks those random, strangely personal questions, not because she's bored, but because she's searching for connection. There's a regular guy, nothing flashy, who told me about a girl he'd been texting for a few weeks. At first, their conversations were basic. Music, movies, small talk. Then one night, out of nowhere, she texted him, "What's something you've never told anyone?" He laughed it off at first, thinking she was just being dramatic. But she kept pushing, sending that playful smirk emoji, asking again. He gave her a light-hearted answer, something harmless. But what surprised him wasn't just the question. It was how she reacted to the answer. She remembered every detail. Days later, she brought it up again in passing, almost as if testing whether he remembered saying it. That's when it clicked for him. This wasn't about the question itself. It was about the connection it created. Here's the emotional contrast. Most men miss. You think she's just making conversation. But in reality, she's weaving threads between you and her, threads built on shared secrets, mutual vulnerability, and tiny emotional risks. The deeper the question, the deeper the hook. She's not just asking about your favorite food or your weekend plans. She's asking what makes you tick, what scares you, what excites you. Because every answer you give her is another window into your mind. And when a woman's mind is already dominated by thoughts of you, she starts collecting these windows like treasures. So here's what you do. Next time she throws one of those questions at you, don't deflect. Don't brush it off. Instead, lean into it, but on your terms. Answer with something playful but meaningful. Then flip it right back at her. What about you? What's something you've never told anyone? Watch how quickly she lights up. Because suddenly, the game has changed. Now you're not just some guy she's curious about. You're the one who sees through her games and plays at her level. And that makes you unforgettable. Sometimes, the real clues don't come from what she says directly to you. They show up in the way she acts when others are around. And trust me, this is where the game gets interesting. You're out with a group. Maybe it's a party, a dinner, or just a casual hangout. The vibe is light. Everyone's laughing, talking over each other. But then, something shifts. She starts laughing a little louder than usual. Her jokes get sharper, more playful. Suddenly, she's mentioning her guy friends almost too casually. She name drops that one dude from her gym who totally hit on her last week. Or casually slips in that she's talking to someone, only to glance at you mid-sentence. Most guys hear that and think, she's trying to show she's unavailable. They back off, thinking she's setting boundaries. But you're smarter than that now. This isn't rejection. This is a test. There's a guy I know, quiet confidence, never overreacts. He told me about this girl who, every time they were in a group, would suddenly ramp up her energy. She'd laugh harder at other guys' jokes, tease him in front of others, then drop subtle bombs like, "Ooh, dating is so exhausting these days," while sneaking glances at him. It took him a while to see it. But when he did, everything made sense. She wasn't trying to distance herself. She was playing the social game. You see, when a woman starts becoming obsessed with a man, there's often a push and pull effect in social settings. She wants to be seen by him, wants his attention, but also wants to protect her pride. So what does she do? She stirs the pot. She injects competition, raises her value subtly, and watches how he reacts. She does it because she wants to know, does he see me as just another girl here? Or does he feel the tension too? Here's your move. When you catch her doing this, don't flinch. Don't get competitive. Don't act jealous. Just smile, calm, unbothered. Maybe even glance away, as if her little performance didn't faze you at all. Reaction. It's lethal. Because now she's the one questioning herself, wondering why you aren't chasing, why you seem so sure of yourself, even in the middle of her little storm. And that's the moment when she realizes you're the one man in the room she can't quite figure out. Here's the part that catches almost every man off guard. You've been noticing the signs, the glances, the playful touches, the lingering questions and sudden laughs. It feels like you're right on the edge of something real. And then she vanishes. She pulls back. Suddenly, her replies get slower. She's busy. Her energy shifts overnight, and you sit there staring at the unread message, wondering where everything went wrong. You replay every conversation, every glance, every subtle touch. You ask yourself, did I mess this up? But here's the truth no one tells you. This is the clearest sign of all. There's this guy I knew, smart, grounded, emotionally aware. He had been on a few amazing dates with a girl who showed every sign of interest. She laughed at everything he said. She touched his arm without thinking. She even texted him after their dates, saying she couldn't stop smiling. And then radio. Silence. She stopped texting. No explanation, no closure. Just vanished. Most guys would have chased, double texted, questioned her. But he didn't. He knew better. What most men don't realize is that sometimes, when a woman feels herself getting too attached, when her emotions spiral faster than she expected, she instinctively pulls back to protect herself. It's not rejection. It's fear. Fear of losing control. Fear of how much you're occupying her mind. In her head, the script flips. Suddenly, she's thinking, why am I thinking about him so much? Why does he affect me this way? I need to back off before I get in too deep. She tell herself she's just busy, that she needs space, that maybe she was moving too fast. But here's the truth. You've already made your mark. The emotional contrast here is brutal. You think she's lost interest, that she's moved on. But inside her mind, it's a storm because she's trying to convince herself to forget you, even as her heart keeps pulling her back. So what do? Nothing. You let her vanish. You give her space, but you don't disappear completely. Maybe you like a photo weeks later, or drop a casual, hope you're well at some point, but no pressure. No chasing. You stay calm, detached, and unbothered. Because here's the secret most men never learn. She always comes back. And when she does, she won't even fully understand why. She just know you're still there, in her heart, right where you left yourself.